Hey everyone, yeah, I know it's been a while. Very strange seeing me back on the video here. As you can see, I have my brother's cat Bobo, and we'll see how long this lasts. I don't think it'll last that long, to be honest with you. He's full of fur and he's just one big furry cat. But let's talk about cats. Yeah, it's been a long time since you heard from me. Probably wondering, like, is he still writing the book? Is the book out? How do I buy the book? I was getting all these questions quite recently. Yep, here he goes. And yep, he left his just a bunch of fur all over the place. So what happened? What really happened? Is this just one big giant lie? Some made up story that Eric tried to do just to get more followers? No, it wasn't. I did actually write a book about my cat named Ralph, which is my childhood cat. So for the people that are new, that just subscribe to, my email list, I really appreciate you guys. And really where I'm at is, I was shooting some videos like monthly, like earlier this year, but then I just kind of cut it off and just, totally got sidetracked and everything like that. So, hey, it's life, it just happens that way. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But, the reasons why was, I was living in New York. I moved to Miami for about a year. And even this past summer, I was in Turkey, living in Istanbul for the summer, which maybe I'll do a separate video about that because they love cats over there. And then I decided to actually move back to New York. So I just moved back there a few months ago. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I just wanted to get back on track with these videos to explain more about where I'm at with the process of getting this book out so that you guys can read it and enjoy it with your families and your friends and just talk about it all the time. That's the whole goal, you know what I mean? That's the reason why it took so long for me to get another video out. But trust me on this, is I'm gonna try to do more videos, at least like once a month, even if it's just simple videos about me walking through the process of trying to get my book out there so that you guys can finally read it because it's kind of been close to a year now that I announced it. Thank you for the patience. I appreciate some people that have been reaching out and asking me like, hey, where can I buy it? I want to support you. The situation is the reason why that I haven't had it out available already is that, so there's two types of ways that you can get your book out to the mass market. And one way is traditional publishing, and then the other way is self-publishing. And I think a lot of times people don't realize that. They just think, oh, you write a book and it's out there online, you can just easily buy it. But you can go one route or the other. But I think this video, what would be beneficial is for me to talk about what is the difference between traditional publishing and self-publishing and let you know like what stage I'm at, because I'm trying to see how which one goes, traditionally published goes, and then if that doesn't work out, I'll just do the self-publishing. First things first, let's talk about traditional publishing. First one is traditional publishing, and that's where, if you're going to Barnes & Noble, like those are probably the books that are that have been traditionally published. So, big companies are like the Penguin House or HarperCollins or like big publishers. So really what the publisher does is they take on the responsibility of editing, formatting, helping you out with distribution and basically market your book without you having to do it. This is kind of the dream scenario, you know what I mean, that comes across with this. And obviously everyone would love to get their book traditionally published because it just takes away that extra work that someone would have to do. So with traditional publishing, it's not like that you can just like have your book idea and just like send an email to their company and be like, hey, check out my book, it's a bestseller, like please just, print out 1 million copies and let's go to business. What you actually have to do is kind of something like, I guess like I'll compare it to in sports, So like say that you have a basketball star that is great in college and he's about to go into the draft, the NBA draft. They have to actually, they can't go straight to a sports team and then just try to get directly drafted by that sports team. So what they, hire on is a sports agent to represent them to go to like the Cleveland Cavs or, Chicago Bulls or wherever, right? So like that's kind of what you have to have in the sense of trying to get your book traditionally published. So that's kind of what the stage I'm at right now, is that I'm trying to find that booking agent, that star sports agent, to get me to HarperCollins, you know? Or any of these other publishing companies, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. This type of process takes like a long time because, you know, I'm going through the process, and I'll probably make a separate video on like the resources and the websites, databases that I use to try to find these booking agents. And then I'll have a video about that like down the road. But just to sum it up, I'm basically emailing a lot of these booking agents to see if I can get representation. So that kind of takes a while, and this is the reason why I don't have my book out at the moment, because I'm trying to go through this route to see how far I can take it. You know, obviously, you know, I'm a little biased with my story because I feel like my story is like worth that type of market value, that like a lot of people that would read it, they would really resonate with the story, because the story is about, you know, a kid and his family, you know, struggling to try to, you know, escape poverty. But in all the midst of that, he has this, you know, cat, or the family has this cat that goes through it. Ralph goes through the tough times with us. We'll see how that goes, because I'm still continuously trying to do that. Typically with this scenario, you know, there is some cons to it too, though, because the author typically takes a lower percentage of the sales, because, you know, you're really only getting a cut because the publisher is doing all the work for you. You know, it's getting you into those book reading clubs and promoting you, like, you know, in a sense a sports agent would for like commercials and endorsements and sponsorships and stuff like that. So yeah, just think of it in that realm. Because the way I look at it is like, I might as well shoot for the moon, and, you know, if I don't get the moon, then at least I'm amongst the stars. I would say the stars is probably the self-publishing route. So I'll go ahead and go into that a little bit to see like the pros and cons of how that works. All right, Bobo's back. We'll see how long this lasts. I don't know. I don't want you guys to see like his, okay, there it is. That's how cats are, you know, like they think they're interested and they want you to pick them up, but then as soon as you pick them up, they're like, nah, I'm not having none of that. So that's kind of how we're at with it, huh, Bobo? Anyhow, I was in the middle of trying to explain something here. So yeah, so self-publishing is the second option. Really, obviously, it's kind of self-explanatory, right? What that means is you're basically, as the author, you're taking on all responsibilities, you know, of producing the book, including editing, formatting, getting a cover design, and distribution. The big question mark usually is, if you try to go self-publishing, what do you mean, like distributing it by yourself? I mean, there's a few different routes, right? Obviously, a lot of people just put their book up on Amazon and they just hope for the best, you know? And then just hopefully they can sell it that way. Other people might have bigger platforms as far as like social media, or already have like a big following, so that they can actually just go through like their own website and just sell it on their website directly to sell their book. So some of those scenarios happen as well. So with that, the author retains, you know, complete creative control in like how to like figure out marketing this book, distributing it, and, you know, really just take on all the responsibility of that. The good part of that is actually you, as doing it in self-publishing, you're gonna get a higher percentage of the profits. I mean, really, you pretty much can just get all the profits, you know, and then that just takes into account that you probably don't have to sell as many copies that you would, you know, traditionally publishing, because you're getting a higher percentage, you know, instead of just getting $1 or $2 from your book that's selling for $10 or $15, you're getting the $10 and $15. But with that in mind, you have to think about that there's gonna be more investment up front to pay for the marketing costs, pay for, you know, an extra book editor to read through your stuff, and really just to try to promote it, which, you know, a lot of people use different avenues, either, you know, social media advertising, or just trying to get themselves into these book conventions. All that stuff could be like upfront money and fees and stuff. It just takes a lot, you know. Obviously, I'm weighing that out as far as those options. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think between, you know, the traditional publishing, I don't know, am I like trying to flip you guys off? The traditional publishing and the self-publishing. So in turn, with my situation, like that's kind of where I'm at with it, is that, you know, I figured strategy-wise, I should try my best, you know, which I have been. I've been, you know, emailing booking agents daily to try to get people to get represented from. A lot of times with these booking agents, you don't even get any emails back. I have been getting some emails back about people just politely declining, which is fine. This is a part of the thing, you know, it's a numbers game, guys. And I'll talk about that more, that process, the next video. But yeah, I'm trying to see if that can happen. Now, do I want to spend years trying to get this book represented the traditional way? No. So I think kind of like what my goal is now is what I'll probably do is just try to get it traditionally published in Q1, but like next year. And if it kind of doesn't happen near the end of the year, close to my birthday, I think I'll probably go the self-publishing route and then just take it from there and just see what I can do. And then another scenario actually is there is these interesting scenarios that happen that you could be self-published, but actually garner enough attention and enough sales on Amazon, you would say, and enough reviews that then a traditional publisher or a booking agent is even interested in your book after the fact, and then you get representation after that. So there is those scenarios that happen as well. So, you know, I appreciate the people that have signed up for this email list. It means a lot to me. And, you know, one way or another, listen, 2024, this is the goal. One way or another, this book, Ralph to the Rescue, is going to be, you know, out into the masses and out into the world. Appreciate you guys coming with me along this journey. I'm learning, as I guess we all are. Like, you know, hey, I'm no expert on this stuff. I'm just trying my best to get this book out because, you know, it took me a long time to write it, and I feel really strongly about it that, you know, people that relate to family drama and relate to just 90s nostalgia and relate to having a pet while they're growing up, cat or dog, you're gonna relate to this story. And it is a cool story, and I think it's worth sharing with the world, and hopefully it touches some people in the right ways. That sounded weird, but you know what I mean. Touch their hearts, okay, guys? Get your mind out of the gutter. So anyhow, guys, I don't want to take too much of your time up again. Thanks for being patient with me, and more updates coming soon. So thank you, and see ya.